Since the Mayan civilization's mysterious collapse in the 9th century, people have been fascinated by it, and for good reason. The Mayans, who were extremely advanced and quite different from modern society, thought that the universe was divided into 3 parts: the earth, or Kab, the sky, Kan, and the underworld, Xibalba. These people had a pantheon of gods that dealt with every facet of existence, and some historians believe that there were more than 200 gods that were worshipped by their cults. Our understanding of them is relatively limited, but certain gods were documented, and their importance is reflected in their presence at assorted Mayan sites. So today, we'll be listing down the 7 most important Mayan gods. Itzamna. Itzamna, one of the most significant ancient Mayan gods, is known as the deity of the sky and also as the god of wisdom. He is regarded as the founder of the Mayan civilization and the patron and defender of science, astrology, and writing. People worshipped him as a creator and healer who had a big nose. Some say he could also revive the dead. There are many stories and myths about him, given that he was considered a cultural hero. This is because of his contributions to the cultivation of corn and cacao, the creation of calendars, and the discovery of medicine. According to further tales, he was a priest who discovered the magnificent metropolis of Chichen Itza and created the first hieroglyphic characters used for written communication in the area. For his family, he was the creator deity Hunabku's son, the spouse of the goddess Ixchel, and the father of their 13 children. He was also connected to several patron gods, such as the sun god Kinichahau. His general benevolence and wisdom meant he was often portrayed as an old man with a toothless smile. Other popular representations often involve Itzamna as a bird deity. Choc. Choc was known to be the rain god. He was particularly popular in the Yucatan region of Mexico, and his image can be found all over major Mayan sites, such as Chichen Itza. He is typically depicted wielding a lightning axe, which he used to strike the sky and bring rain showers. Kings have been known to assume the role of the rain god during a battle to harness his anger and rage. He was normally also portrayed with reptilian scales, fangs, and a long bulbous nose. Interestingly, he was frequently shown as 4 gods rather than 1. Each linked with a different point on the compass, like many Mayan deities. According to legend, Chakshib-Chak was the name of one of Chichen Itza's monarchs, Chak of the East. In late Mayan tradition, Chak was associated with human sacrifice, and priests who enacted this were known as Chaks. Kukulkan. The most well-known and prominent Mayan deity in the Mayan pantheon is the feathered serpent deity, known to the Yucatec Mayan as Kukulkan. You may also see references to this deity under the name Gucumatz in Quiche Mayan and Quetzalcoatl in Aztec Nahuatl. Despite its significance, it is unclear exactly what Kukulkan was connected to. Some think his wings or feathers provided him the ability to fly, making him connected to the sky, while some suggest he was the deity who gave people the capacity to write and the laws one should abide by. Lastly, some also claim he had the power to generate earthquakes. It's no wonder that one of the most impressive architectural monuments in the world was built in the city of Chichen Itza in honor of Kukulkan. The Maya Itza people of the Yucatan Peninsula built the Chichen Itza during the pre-Columbian period. It stands as one of the 7 wonders of the modern world and is a huge step pyramid also known as El Castillo or the Temple of Kukulkan. Each spring and fall equinox, the sun mysteriously generates a shadow of a snake that gently descends the steps from the temple to the stone heads of Kukulkan, giving the impression of a serpent descending to the earth. Even today, many Mayans and non-Mayans assemble at the temple twice a year to reap the benefits of his earthly presence. Ixchel. Ixchel was a jaguar deity who was most connected to medicine and childbirth. She supposedly existed in cenotes and had 2 forms, a youthful lady and an ancient crone. One representation shows her as a youthful, seductive woman who promotes marriage, love, and fertility in addition to her role as the goddess of harvests and the weather due to her control over the moon cycles. In the other, she was shown as an elderly lady with the capacity to both produce and destroy the earth with claws, fangs, and a crimson torso covered in skulls and other emblems of death. For her worship, she symbolized both yin and yang in terms of feminine strength. The annual sacred Maya journey is a ritual ceremony held in honor of Ixchel on May 26th. Commencing at Xcaret Park in Quintana Roo. To get blessings, hundreds of Maya canoers go to Cozumel Island via the Caribbean Sea and a temple devoted to Ixchel. Pooch. When it comes to the mythical scope of the Mayan gods of death, things become a little more complicated. Pooch is just one of the many names connected to the aspect of death in their religion, along with Ahalpu, Sisin, and Simul. He is distinguished from the others by his sovereign control over death, catastrophe, and darkness. Pooch was the ruler of the Mayan underworld and Metnal, the most abysmal of the 9 Mayan hells. Similar to the devil, he is not known to be a kind god. His skeleton mask, expanding belly filled with decaying materials, torso covered in bones, and dangling neck with eyeless holes all give the impression that he is in a condition of decay. He usually traveled with a dog or an owl and lived on human sacrifice. He was most venerated in the city of Chichen Itza, where ceremonial sacrifices for Pooch included throwing victims into cenotes or holy wells. He took joy in ending the soul's basic essence and keeping them in the underworld where they may suffer. And shockingly, he is also regarded as the deity of beginnings and birthing, yet he opposes the fertility gods. Buluk Choptan. The Mayan deity of battle, bloodshed, and abrupt demise went to the name Buluk Choptan. People prayed to him for victory in battle, and simply put, to prevent sudden death by being on the good side. Blood was regarded as the god's diet, and human life was considered the highest offering to him. So many people were regularly killed to please this deity. Buluk Choptan is frequently shown in Mayan art, with a thick black line running down one cheek and around his eyes. He appears in pictures when he stabbed people and set buildings on fire. Occasionally, he also appeared to stab individuals while roasting them over a fire using a spit. Given this, it isn't much of a surprise that he's often pictured with Pooch, the Mayan god of death. Hunabku. Hunabku is a complex god. It's believed to be a colonial amalgamation of various gods into something that resembled the Christian god. And it seems that the Spanish attempted to closely associate Hunabku with its Amna to make the idea more coherent. Since the Maya were a polytheistic culture and Hunabku's existence doesn't appear to fit as well, it is unclear from Mayan literature if there was anything like Hunabku in the pre-Columbian pantheon. Hunabku was far from the only god the Spanish created or adapted to better suit Christianity. Maximin was another Spanish Maya hybrid god, better known for being a trickster and often portrayed as a chain-smoking skeleton. With this, we come to an end for this video. If you enjoyed watching it, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button so you don't miss out on our future uploads. We'll see you next time with another amazing story. Until then, stay mythically mad.